Hello, everybody. Hopefully my mic isn't too loud. I've done some stuff to it. Uh, it's always a bit of a challenge, and I just got a message. Thankfully, one of the mods put a cool little countdown in the Drawbox Discord. I got a no channel chat. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna Google that real quick just to make sure everything's okay on YouTube side. I'm scared that means that people who aren't subscribed to the channel can't chat, which would be scary because I want everyone to be able to chat. We will see. I'm not entirely sure what no channel chat means. But yeah, so while we figured that out, what a great start. I hope everyone is having an amazing Saturday. Oh wow, it's Saturday. Woof! Saturday's already over. Had a bit of a slow start today. Went to the grocery store, did all that, laundry, all the boring stuff. But we're here, we're now, and we are going to have some fun times drawing today. So let's hop over to the camera. Good stuff. Okay, wow, that looks crooked. It's not crooked. But it looks crooked. Anyways, for those who do not know, because we maybe have a new viewer today, I can't see my viewer count because my setup is not the best. We start off with 10 minutes of warm-up. Warm-up is very important, and then we get into our hour of textures. 1 hour every day, usually 6 days a week. This week we've done 7, and the previous weeks we've done 7. But without further ado, let's get started. Like I said today, bit of a bumpy start. It was really just a slow day all in all. Like, I did get a lot done. I cleaned up a lot of the kitchen, just things like that, but I don't know. Maybe that's just the workaholic in me wanting to convince myself that I need to do more. Who knows? Regardless, I'm very happy to be doing textures tonight. Oh, wow. Let up my pencil right there a tiny bit. Lines are looking pretty good once again. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm going to switch my pen. So, I have 2 sets. I'm a bit of an addict, I must admit. I have 2 sets of Drawbox pens. First of all, I highly recommend these. They're awesome, cheap. This pack right here has lasted me 7 months, and I still use these. These are like brand new, fresh. I'm using this for my textures. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Hello, Carol. Welcome. Man, you have an awesome, is that a Japanese name? That is intense. I love it. Well, welcome to the stream. I'm glad to see the chat is working as well, and that I'm actually reading chat. So welcome. I saw that in the Discord that you're working on your 50%. Perfect. You're much better than me. You speak Japanese. That is so cool. Okay, I hope that's Japanese. It looks like Japanese characters from what I understand, but please correct me if I'm wrong. I noticed a bit. I'm not sure. Is it kanji? That's the very simplified alphabet, and then you have hiragana and katakana. From what I could be completely butchering this. I apologize. But it looks like kanji is in your name, right? If I'm correct. Apologies if once again if I'm butchering this. I don't mean to be disrespectful in any way. Kanji is the Chinese characters. Okay, Chinese characters. So it's like it makes sense. It's 3 different alphabets. Jeez, I can only stick to one with 26 letters, and I still get confused. Hiragana and katakana are the simplified systems. Oh, simplified systems. Okay, huge. You learn so much every day, man. Well, thank you for not only joining the stream today, but bringing such education and information with you. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to try to read that. But yeah, welcome, man. This is from previous streams, so you may find this a bit interesting. I was traveling. I'm a bit of a traveler, and I was traveling to Portugal recently, and I met a guy. His American name was Willie, and he taught me a Japanese card game. And you could maybe correct me if I'm saying any of this wrong or any of this, but he taught me a Japanese card game called Kabufuda. Not specifically the card game itself, but the playing card style Kabufuda. And he taught me specifically a version called Kachi Kachi, which I really liked, and I did some research, and I found a version I like a tiny bit more called Hikikabu. And I liked it so much that I'm developing a game off of it. Now, the game is on hiatus because I am going to a 24-hour competition. Whoa! Busy day for you too. Painted the walls in the art studio. Whoa! Art studio? That is so huge. 3D printer. Oh man, you gotta tell me what kind of 3D printer you have. I'm a huge engineering nerd. Of course, I haven't explored that. I've only worked with a resin printer once, and I have my own ender. That's about it. Man, you had a busy day. What a great Saturday. You've done so much. and now you get to relax at the end of it all with an awesome, not only a stream for me, but some 50%. I'm not good at bamboo X1 carbon. I have no idea what that is, but sounds cool. What are your plans with 3D printing? Are you a hobbyist? Are you a designer yourself? What designing software? I could ask all the questions. I'm a huge nerd about this, but personally, I used to use. I don't 3D print much anymore. Fusion 360, huge fan. Not a huge fan of SolidWorks, and Ultimaker Cura. That was the go-to software for slicing. Tomorrow's crazy too, but yes, relaxing and gonna draw. I'm gonna try to draw. No, you're not gonna try. You're gonna draw. You're gonna draw something awesome. We don't try, we do here. As you'll learn that I do too much and I usually ink my pages a bit too much, but yeah, awesome. If you need any recommendations, which you probably don't, I feel like you're a creative person, but I'm pulling out the randomizer here in my head. I'm feeling like a forest today. Playing with 3D printers, I want to design character prints. Oh my gosh, and useful objects, yeah. Character prints, that's awesome. Man, the hobbyist has joined the chat. That is awesome. Or professional, I don't know, but that's some awesome stuff. One of my roommates is getting into Blender and stuff like that, which is only tangentially related, but oh wait. Also, quick tangent. 3D work in Blender, that's awesome! That is awesome, wow, okay. Quick tangent is, we've been working on boxes and we need to focus up on how we do our lines. I usually trace like this, which is fine. It's not hurting anybody, but I like to depend on my mind. I think that's very important. And what is this picture? Anyways, wow, Blender help, yeah, I may just have to tell him to go to you. Jeez, that is intense. Playing with 3D printer, yeah, awesome. Okay, wow, 3D work in Blender. Yeah, then again, I mainly did, no more ghosting, I forgot. I mainly did most of my designs for mechanical or, like functional stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of measurement and primitive design in there. Ugh. Sorry, my brain's now occupied with trying to like make this go right there and then this and then so you move that one to the left a bit. There we go. Awesome stuff. Man. And it looks like, are you a new Drawbox student? Because it looks like, let's see. Actually, I don't know how to read like the lesson 1 stuff or anything, but you're gonna be quiet and draw some faces. Awesome. Okay. Oh, faces. My great friend, and I'll always bring them up on this stream, Delano, because they've been a major supporter of my work and literally just everything I do, from personal projects to whatever. I was working on the Loomis method for drawing heads. I hope that's going well for them, because, oh man, I just realized I'm ghosting again. What a crazy hobbit. Real quick stuff about you. Okay, we're gonna roll it off. Yeah, this is an introductory stream. Yeah, sorry, I forget we're supposed to be working real hard right now. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's quick thing while you type it up, and I'm distracting you from probably your awesome work. That's why I joined Drawbox and eventually made this channel. It's because I'm addicted to learning about people and like their hobbies and creative passions. I find like that's just the coolest stuff. That's as good as it gets. Oh man, I'm ghosting again. Okay, well, my brain tells me it should go about here. Perfect. Nice. Started the Drawbox since the past, made it to the $250 challenge, but had to stop. I didn't want to continue because I didn't have a good setup. I'm back now, have a guarantee to clear the course. You pay someone $500. That's a fair amount of money. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, $500 if you don't finish the course. Well, I hope that person that you are giving that money to, or saying, challenging the money with, I hope they. I hope they're supporting you, not trying to, tear you down. Oh man, that's awesome. What great dedication. Wow. Yeah, obviously, yeah. That is awesome. Yeah, I've always considered, like, what if I just, like, tell my friends, Oh, I'll give you like my entire PC if I just don't finish Drawbox. Oof, this pen is starting to die a little bit. Wow, what dedication. Yeah, I kind of did the same thing. Not really at all, in fact. But I started this channel because I wanted to both be committed myself and, like I said earlier, I love meeting people who are also creative and love doing things. This channel isn't solely dedicated for Drawbox, just I'm going to be doing Drawbox until I finish it on this channel. Some days will be 50%, some days will be lessons. But really, one of my original plans for this stream, or this whole channel, was I love calisthenics. Calisthenics has really changed my life in many ways. And so I wanted to stream me working out. And I realized just that's not very probable, or it's just a hard one to do. So maybe either we'll work up to it one day or something. But oh, oops. In the meantime, I could do something else, one of my other favorite hobbies that I do need to be more consistent with, and that's art. So, you know, this channel, like I said, while Drawbox, I just want people who enjoy things, who love things, to at least dedicate an hour a day to those things. Which, in this time and age, is really difficult. I really do sympathize with the people who have to struggle with the crazy work schedules, school schedules, whatever it may be. Or maybe they don't have crazy schedules, but it's just really difficult to do stuff sometimes. You want to stream your 2D work? I'm really a novice at drawing and whatnot. Yep, go for it. And yes, I hope the recommendations for also I'm getting ink all over my hands. Whoops. I hope the recommendations for the camera and stuff for those who are watching or who may be joining or watching this later. I use a Logitech C920 and just a cheap $15 mount for my camera. And I think that's really all you need. You know, anything over 60 frames, you're kind of pushing it for the stream, and I prioritize audio, ironically, even though my audio isn't that good, over everything else. So I don't want the bitrate to drop for my visuals, I think. And plus, many people, if they're working on stuff, they won't be looking at the stream entirely. It's kind of like a weird podcast. There you go. Let's make the largest community of people encouraging other people to do stuff. That'd be fun. I was very, I guess, shocked when I first saw Uncomfy's stuff. The awesome person who owns Drawbox, because it's all free, and that's ridiculous. It is a self-sufficient community of creators. Oof. My lines are suffering because I'm not focusing, but I'd rather yap on about how much I love Drawbox than have accurate lines. It converges about right there. I think. Yeah, about right there. And that looks pretty good. But yeah, even in the short 20 days that this stream has been running, I've seen a major improvement, especially my ellipses, but my texture efficiency, my spatial reasoning, and just generally my consistency with this thing, of course. Now, I have a 24-hour competition coming up next weekend, so that weekend will be a bit bumpy. So I will be streaming tomorrow as well to kind of make up for that. I'll probably have 2 days off then, and just the weeks will have 6 days, but yeah. I use Patreon. Yep, same here. So I did have Patreon, and then I switched off because I had a really big gap of textures, or Lesson 2 has really been killing me, so sadly, my poor college student self cannot fully afford to hold on to the Drawbox Patreon, but it's very cheap, that being said. I mean, like $3 a month, whatever it is, it's awesome, and the benefits you get are crazy. That needs to move in more. This may be a pretty square. Yeah, okay, we'll just do that. Also, I am still waiting on that desk to come in. I have a new desk I'm being ordered. It'll give us some more room. And I kind of like separating my workspaces, you know, an area for work, an area for drawing and playing games and relaxing. That being said, I hope it comes in soon because the pressure is already on for university right now. That's probably one of the biggest things. I was talking about it earlier in the stream that I felt really really slow today for no reason. Not physically slow or mentally slow, but like I wasn't doing enough, and it's probably because all my yeah, separate your space. Oh wow, yes. You have a little man. That's so cool. That is awesome. Separate your spaces. That's what I finally have with the little studio now. Man, that sounds awesome. I've always loved the. I'm not a artist by trade at all. I'm software, math. I'm all that, but the idea of a little studio all to myself, my little creative space that's comfy and has all my tools and stuff like that, that just seems awesome. And it sounds like you set that up today. Oh, geez. Whoa, what happened here? Wow. Oh, geez. Oh, computer science. Awesome. Yeah, I see a lot of computer science nerds on this Discord. Feel like there's a trend. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention in all honesty. I'm not sure. I'm trying to deviate from this, doing this. But at the same time, that really hurts my back line. So, we'll see how we want to do with this. Actually, no, it's ghosting. So I should be doing that. You know what? Just because this box turned out horrible, I'm switching back to the old way of doing it, because that was pretty ridiculous. Man, yeah, a little studio to myself. My roommates, I share an apartment with 3 other people, so it doesn't get crowded, but the idea of one day having like an extra space just to be able to do that. I'd kill for it. Oh geez, wow, this box is a bit depressing, but we'll make many, many greater boxes in the future. Now that I think about it, I've done about 2 to 3 boxes per stream for the past 20 days, so I've done about 40 boxes so far. And even though I've already done the 250 box challenge and suffered through it, kind of crazy how that all stacks up. Now that I think about it even more, I did about 5 boxes a day during the 250 box challenge, so I'm already like casually doing about half of that. That's impressive. That is good stuff. Uh-oh, which pen is which? No. Which one do you think I've used more? Okay, so yeah, we'll continue using our scabbed pen. We're doing some ellipses. We're obviously over our warm-up time today, but we're having fun, we're chatting, we're getting stuff done, so I'm not stressing. That's why I'm glad I moved these streams to the end of the day, because I have a lot of time to do nothing. Ooh, look at these lines. Amazing. Good stuff. Decent warm-up ellipses so far. Song's a tiny bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie. This is a newer mix. Maybe we'll switch the old mix that we used to do in the earlier streams. I'm not gonna call it an anxiety. Oh, almost didn't do my 50% stuff because I'm kind of sleepy, but I figured I got an hour early. Yep, of course. That's the purpose of this stream, It's like I talk about this guy a lot because I'm reading his book, Ali Abdaal, but he mentions the power of, he's a writer, so he goes to a little writer session on Zoom where everyone at the beginning of the Zoom call states their intentions for what they want to do. Yeah, Ali Abdaal, yes! And then they do it. Yeah, I have his book. I have the physical copy. I'm not going to go reach it. It is over that direction. His course is on Skillshare, yes, and I think he made it free on YouTube now. His new book is amazing so far. I'm on chapter 3, just at the end of it, where he talks about procrastination and how it's neither motivation or strictly motivation nor discipline that gets us through it. It's actually enjoying the process and unblocking those smaller things that stop us from doing the things we love. Whether that's a fear of the quality of our work while we do it, or I can't remember the other conditions. But yeah, amazing book. Go check it out. I listen to it while I go to the gym, and I feel like a bit of a weirdo because I feel like everyone can hear what I'm listening to, and they're like, "What? You're listening to this guy's?" Yeah, the fun factor. Yes. Atomic Habits. Yes, I read Atomic Habits before him. That's also one of the core tenets of the stream is the 1% a day rule. It doesn't matter if I make crazy progress per stream. Of course, I do want to still make progress, but just a tiny bit each stream. Really good stuff. Also, for the fun quest, I literally, or not the fun quest. What was it? Fun Factor. Yeah, Fun Factor. Fun Factor and the Fun Quest. The Fun Quest is something from the Valvian game development ideology, which is really powerful. I highly recommend you listen to the documentary about Black Mesa. But Black Mesa's development, the game. I love gamifying things. That's my whole shtick right now. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna figure it out. I really want to do that. Yes, we are. Actually, we just finished our warm-ups. You're still free to do warm-ups. You're free to do whatever you want, as long as it's something creative and fun. We're going to start our hour of doing our first texture of the day, probably our only texture of the day. And actually, we're going to switch over here to our reference. Oh, wait, wrong one. Let's do this one, so I can still see chat. Wait. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I can tell you there's someone. Yep, awesome. Good stuff. I'm a bit too agreeable sometimes, so I apologize. I'm going to take a quick water break, guys, and we'll get started on our texture of today. And we are back. Remember, guys, water is awesome. I drink sparkling water, I drink water. It's awesome. So, what we did yesterday, we're going to do a quick review, is we tackled the moon. Very, very big, challenging thing. So first, we did kind of scribbles. We were kind of being mindless about it. That didn't work out, so we were going over here and we're like, okay, we're finding some forms, some general features of the moon that we like. Just realized this is my bad pin. This is my bad pin. I just need to start like labeling my Drawbox pin boxes. That's a bit excessive. I'm gonna have hundreds of these by the time I die. Okay. So, oh my gosh, I almost just threw my phone off my desk. Wow, destructive today. So yeah, we'll start our timer as well. And apologies, the music player breaks sometimes. So yeah, and the way I like to do textures, I like to break it up into tinier pieces. So we have, we redid it over here. We weren't too happy with this, and we found the crater, and we're like, okay, how is the crater working three-dimensionally? And then over here, we did the general form in blue of the crater, and then the red are the cast shadows, because this is all about cast shadows, not necessarily the form. Then finally, we did it over here. We liked how it looked. We had some corrections. So like too dark over here, less is more. That's been the main core lesson we've learned from this. Avoiding the rim thing. So the rim thing right here, I made the rim too dark because you're not going to immediately see the shadow right here. So like, generalizing. This is the side. We'll do a bit of a zoom in here. Also, I like this camera mount because it is, I wouldn't say it's gyroscopic, but it maintains its position while you raise and lower it if you just press it in the right place. Anyways, this is the side of our crater. So above, the crater would look like this. And so if we had a shadow, if we had a light source coming from where we're looking at, then, this will be shaded. But we can't really see that from here. So it's important to keep that in mind. Anyways, let's jump into... I think we'll do... Actually, I say we jump straight into the texture. I don't see there's any reason wrong with that. So here's the texture page. Just as a reminder, this is a mistake. We hate it, and we'll do better than this. This is a reminder to do better. So yeah, we're going to do the moon right here, right next to our carrot. Without further ado... we're going to keep our moon texture right next to us, and we're going to jump right into it. Just got email. I should probably not have my phone on while I'm doing this. It's a bit of a distraction. There we go. Awesome. It looks like we're still on time, despite all my yapping today. We are still doing quite well. So, where do I want to start? It's always the great question. The hardest part about this texture is placing the ellipses of our craters in the right positions. That's probably a great idea. Now, sadly, I'm too addicted to my phone to do that. You are better than I, but yeah. So, I say we start just as we started over here by doing the ellipses, the general outlines of the more edge-based craters, and then we work inwards. 100% follow the keep it away from my bed. Wow, keep it away from your bed. I could never do that. I'm a bit of a weeb. I watch anime when I go to sleep, so. Anyways, yeah, so let's get to it. We're gonna have hardest part is the first mark, right? Let's go. Just like ghosting out where I think ellipses will be over here. Despite how much I hate the Kawano melon texture, we did learn a lot about how ellipses wrap around these sausage forms. So, okay, this paper, it's way too stacked. We'll keep this over here as scratch paper. Good stuff. Okay, back to it. Hopefully. Yeah, okay, there. Cool. There we go. First line, you could barely even see it. That's awesome. Okay. I feel like we could have a bigger crater up here, I feel. It's going to be very low degree in both directions. Decent. Probably should have shrank the degree a tiny bit more there, but we'll work with it. Or to repassing the 250 box challenge. Moving on, yes. Ironically, the textures, I wish I could go back. I'll do the 250 box challenge again just to avoid textures, but we have learned quite a lot here. I've mentioned this before, so apologies for those who have already heard this spiel. But I have no history of art whatsoever. I've never, quote-unquote, been talented. I don't like the idea of saying talented, but, you know, I've never been in any art classes or stuff like that besides, like, you know, elementary school. So Drawbox and the success I've seen from it, and the growth, I should say, really, really, I wouldn't say impresses me, but makes me proud of the work I've done so far. And while there are definitely mistakes here and there and pretty much everywhere with a lot of these drawings, I have enjoyed every step of the process. And man, the community is just so awesome. Talent is a myth. That is I will. Just got through the 250 box challenge, excited to tackle this one. Man, a lot of graduates in this stream. A lot of pros. Box pros. Or box battlers, I should say. Box boxers? Man, I just realized the degree on this one was way too low. Or way too high. It's practically a circle. We can mess with our cast shadows a bit to turn it into more of a lower degree ellipse, but with that being said, let's be a bit more mindful as we work forward. I kind of want one right here, and I'm going to make it that's okay. Probably should have squished the degree more. Let's have some smaller ones here and there. I have one right here. Nice. Let's do one near the center. This one's going to be barely visible, so we're just going to do a bit of a... There. I need to squish these degrees more. Ugh. Last semester in university, I found a club that specializes in visualization, so, you know, drawing. Fortunately, though, due to my commitments with some other stuff, I couldn't join. Sadly, I probably won't be able to join this semester, but man, yet another community full of awesome artists. Man, I'm making two good circles. I need to calm it down. These are too circular. Okay, I think we're crowding it a bit with the circles. Looks a bit like Swiss cheese right now. That's good. Let's put... There we go. Yeah, so let's start doing the edge of it now. This is a very important part because the craters, they're going to have these little parts that stick out, that lead up to them. We can have some craters out here, the edge of craters. They can go inside a little bit. They'll dip because they're craters, you know. tiny craters, we'll have big craters, we'll have every kind of crater that we can imagine. And I feel like this is one of the most important parts of the textures, is the outside, the outline part. Because it kind of is the final convincing part of the form. You have everything going on inside, and now you just need something to tell your eyes, your little brain up there, that hey, this form is how it's consistent. It's going around it. So like, this isn't a great example, but these scales, or especially, you know, my artichoke, while it doesn't look too much like an artichoke, it's consistent around the body. I did say I was going to revisit some of these scales and add some more cast shadows. I'm not going to call them complete yet. I have been obsessing a bit with more form in these textures than obeying the laws of the cast shadows. So we'll focus on that going forwards. We'll do our little mountains now. Our little mountains do have some pretty strict rules about them. My brain's working too hard to talk about these rules. I promise you, though, there are some rules. We're going to do our very best to obey them. We're going to see cast shadows from the light not being able to make it over these craters. Remember earlier and yesterday we said we don't want that weird edge effect, and we just did it. Wow, right as I was talking about it, that's amazing. For those who one day approach the textures lesson, I give one piece of advice: less is more, and never forget it. It's so easy to overdo these textures, and I fall victim to that every day. This line here is like confusing me. It's making my life a bit more difficult while drawing this. It's pretty easy to tell where I'm actually focused and when I'm not focused, and just the rate at which I'm yapping. Less is more. I'm crowding that a bit. Let's start working over here a bit. One also very important part of shadows too is the edge of a shadow, kind of like these little mountain ranges I'm doing on the moon. The way they curve, you kind of set a precedent whenever you do these lines around it, and slowly in the brain and in the eyes, it's like, okay, I'm going to follow these to follow the form of it, because it's literally a contour. So if you make these shadows obey the contours of your little sausage form, guess what? It'll start looking a lot better. Now, am I doing a good job of that? Probably not, but I am slowly just referencing over here. I'm crowding it a bit. I need to be less scared of going towards the center. And also, whenever I submit this for review, whatever eons may pass before that happens, I will do a stream dedicated to talking about the review, so others can kind of see where I failed, where I could improve, what I did well, what I didn't do well. Oh man, yeah, I really messed up that shadow right there. It's okay. More ink will definitely not fix it. Do like slight traces as if there's some mountains surrounding the edges of these craters in the center. What makes people think it's a moon is the craters. Sure, the hills and valleys can kind of help, but that is what people see and they're like, oh, that's a moon. I drew on the wrong. There you go. We're all too Eevee. Somehow, even though I work with traditional media, I feel like I'm doing the same all the time. I don't know the day I'm going to start doing traditional digital. That's my main goal, is switching over to digital. Can't wait for them. Digital looks so fun. There's so much power behind it. Looking at our PureF here, I'm trying to... This has a lot more craters than this right here. I mean, obviously this is like much more zoomed in, you know? We'll implement more craters, why not? We'll go all out. Good stuff. Also, just another Streamly reminder. Music today is by Immuno. Or not totally by Immuno, but published by Immuno. They are a group of people dedicated towards giving out stream-safe music to streamers. So, shout-outs to them. Go support them if you can. Typically we use Creator Mix, and I do love their music. We have been using it a lot though, so I've been switching over recently. And I mention them every day, but our awesome friend Delano has made us a mix that I'm slowly trying to incorporate into a DMCA safe mix, but there's no telling when I'll apply it to the stream. I am a bit scared of the YouTube monetization demons. Not monetization, we're not monetized here, whatever it's called. Copyright. There we go. I feel like I could have done more craters on the side. I probably should have. I think that's good for now. It's not totally there. It looks a bit empty. Yeah, let's add a tiny bit more. Famous last words, right? I always over ink. I say it every stream, and I do it every stream. But looking at it holistically, definitely add a bit more. Also, if you guys have any complaints about... I did change up a lot of my audio stuff today, so if you have any complaints or critiques, please let me know, because I am no professional at all. From my experience with working with audio and stuff, I was like, surely there has to be a better way of making my mic louder without making it peak. And lo and behold, the solution that I found that was the most effective over everything was literally just bumping up the gain on my mic and putting on a limiter. So, if it works. Okay, we'll leave it there. I feel pretty good about that, and we could probably fit in another texture. Tell me what expression to draw next. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy. I don't know, this is the first thing that popped in my head. Like pure, unadulterated fear. Like I want I was thinking of there's this one artist, I can't remember his name. He recently made a animation for Lethal Company, and he just has such crazy expressions. So yeah, just pure fear, like flabbergasted, like fear. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I was gonna like try to explain verbally, but like, how is that gonna help? You know? Okay, so this is the moon, right? I know how to spell moon, so we won't mess this one up. M-O-O-N. There we go. Yet another texture down. We've been kind of slow the last 2 days, but is that? I think okay. That actually may. Thank you, Rise. If so, I'm gonna Google that on my phone real quick. Because that sounds very... Never mind. Okay, I was wrong. Cool. Okay, back to it. Yes. Okay, that guy. Yeah, he is awesome. I love him. I love how easy he makes drawing look, how fun he makes it look. We're gonna take a quick water break, and then we're gonna get right back to it. Also, my music player is broken again, but I'm not gonna fix it because it keeps crashing my stream every time I do that. So, be right back. Also, shout out to whatever mod in Drawbox put that little timer down for my stream. Very kind of them. I've been trying to get that thing to work, and it never does. The little custom timestamp thing. I try to make it local, but I think the only local time one is the countdown one. So, anyways, our next texture. So, drum roll. Oh wait, I know what it is. I'm not happy for it either because this is one of the most difficult textures for me. Feathers. Yeah. So, guys, I have been trying to draw feathers for ages now. This is a really tough one for me. So this may be a stream or two. It's anything that has overlapping forms. Ooh, I'm bad at it. So we're gonna try our best. No hold barred. We're just gonna give it our all. So where do we want to do this texture? I say we do it over here, and we make the feathers go towards us. Yeah. So they're gonna be hanging off like this. That doesn't help, does it? Here, let's pull out magical. Oh, I forgot I had sparkling water here. I've not been drinking it. So yeah, they're gonna hang off like this in this direction. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave this sticky note right here just in case I need to write anything down. So I'm gonna take another sip because I forgot I had sparkling water. Let's go. Could I tell you why I'm bad at these textures, or I feel like I'm bad at these textures? No, I couldn't. We're gonna try our best regardless. Yes. So let's start this texture off like I usually do, and we are going to do some swatches, some quick studies of individual feathers. So yeah, this is kind of what we're going for up here. We want these big dramatic overhangs. Notice how proportionally these shrink as they come away from us, not come towards us. They're larger once they're right here, profile-wise, right? And then these are less than the size of my mouse icon. You can't even see that up here. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna have some crazy ones. You know, there is a bit of randomness in these feathers. I don't think we're gonna do these smaller lines. I think that's a bit too fine for what we're doing. We want to just capture both the form and the cast shadow, or the cast shadow resulting from the form. We do sometimes have frayed feathers. We have the line down the center. I do have a slight fear that this is going to end up looking like our artichoke texture, but meh. Let's get to it. So let's just do the anatomy of a feather real quick. And I don't know what bird this belongs to, so we're just going to label these bird feathers when we actually do it. So a feather kind of looks like a long box, so we're going to draw a long box. Because everything is made of boxes. I'm waiting for someone to drop a meme like, oh wait, it's all boxes, always has been. Something like that. Very old meme, kind of annoying one, but very true. Let us do it. Oh, and camera's losing focus. This happens every stream, and we're going to fix it by yelling at the camera and saying, hey, no more autofocus for you, mister. We're going down to... Oh, that looks pretty sharp. 50? 40. 40 is always the magic number. Cool. So, this is a bit wide for the feather, actually. The one I'm wanting to draw. We'll do it anyways. None of these are like a straight shot of a feather. I'm going to open up my Pinterest and grab another one. Also, for those who have not started the texture challenge yet, or are about to, I will be releasing, once I'm finished, this entire Pinterest collection of, wow, I just saw on Pinterest how to draw a butt. That's helpful. Cool. Anyways, we are going to, release everything on Pinterest. And in fact, I do have a bit of a, secret project that I've been wanting to work on. Here, let me focus on getting this. These are more angel's wings than bird feathers. Ah, here we go. This is pretty related. Okay. Now this is in no way official, nor is it confirmed or anything, but I've recently found a lot of fun in working with WebGL and Unity and the eventual WebGPU. So it's a goal of mine to this may be even during the summer, very far in the future, once I've finished working on my other projects, and we have so much, in the backlog. But there's one itch.io game where you can like mess with the perspective of a box for a draw box. And I really like that. And I was like, what if I just make an entire GitHub website, or even host my own website, tomato tomato, right? Of just a collection of these WebGL or just little repos of helpful tools for Drawbox. I'm making them myself, obviously. And so obviously the box manipulation one, but like one for intersections, like a random intersection generator, or one that is kind of crazy. I have a lot of experience with Python, and specifically TensorFlow. Love TensorFlow. And just using an entire library of already mapped... basically, I'll be making my own poses. I will be using Python to capture screenshots of them and then translating these 2D coordinates into 3D positional coordinates that I send to Unity. And so I'll just have this giant collection of these coordinate positions. So Unity isn't doing any of the, ML training or rendering. And so you can just press generate and it'll generate a random stick figure pose for you to study and then transfer over. Specifically, and I'll put the link in chat maybe one day, it's going to be a little box dude. It's going to be a kind of boxy breakdown. I like it. I think it's going to be an awesome idea, but, this is far in the future. It's a maybe. But it would be my form of giving back to the community. Anyways, what we're going to do over here is the feather has a rounded top on it, right? Like this. Something like that. And it's tapered all the way to the bottom, but it's a very slow taper. So like even right here, we're probably only tapered about this much. Making sure I'm staying in with the camera here. Move our camera a tiny bit this direction. There we go. Just so it's closer to me. I draw pretty close to my chest, so there we go. That just means my heart's always near to my heart or something stupid like that. Anyways, I think we're gonna have a bit more rounded corners here. It's a weird mix between ghosting and guesswork. Good stuff. Yeah, we have that taper. I feel like it should maybe be a tiny bit more dramatic. There we go. And then this looks like more like a comedic kindergarten turkey feather or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's actually a bit more wide. In fact, if I was going to do a tiny version, I actually should have done like a little thumbnail version first. These feathers kind of have like a weird trapezoidal thing going on top. And then they do this with a somewhat steep drop and then a less steep thing right there. I don't know. We're feeling it for it. Like that. And then we just go to the bottom of it. Then we have the stem. We don't really need to care the stem. I don't know what to call that part. The follicle? I'm no birdologist. I'm but a lowly mathematician, so. Back to it. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that was too thick, wasn't it? Okay, that was awful. We're getting it though. We have the idea. Actually, in fact, I kind of like the crossover that happens right here. It's a bit interesting. So yeah, I kind of like what's going on right there. So we're just gonna keep experimenting. There, that's a pretty good width. Nice, I like that. And so near the bottom, and I don't think this totally applies to us, I just realized you cannot see what I'm referencing because I wasn't looking at it. I was referencing this the whole time. Sorry, I was over my Pinterest tab and I was like, oh, this looks the same. Apologies. So yeah, and we rarely do have these frayed ends, and in fact, it's not even this steep. It was. Man, that is not good. Let's see, are we back up? It looks like we're back up. Okay, awesome stuff. Wow, that is unfortunate, and it seems like my music player is not working right now. I don't know why. Let's try to fix that real quick. Wow, that was very surprising. I looked over and everything was frozen. So, and it looks like we're a bit stuck on this end. Looks like our music is a bit broken right now too. Yeah, the stream did die. I blue screened. I apologize. Thank you for coming back. Huh. And it looks like we've lost music. I don't know why. That's unfortunate. Woo. I'm gonna try getting it. Wow. My laptop is about to take off. It is working right now. That is actually impressive. Oh my gosh. What in the world is going on? Okay, well we're gonna load up everything again. If we don't have music, we don't have music. That will not stop us from drawing today. Apologies to everyone. This is literally the first time this has happened on stream. Wow, that is unfortunate. Is our music player gonna work today? Well, I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna go over to Creator Mix and just play their music. We're gonna go over to their chill section because we're feeling pretty chill. We're gonna go to mellow. There we go. Stream this album. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, great. Oh, that's loud. That is loud. My gosh, that scared me. What in the world is going on? Everything is broken. Wow. There we go. Okay, we're back. In fact, we're so back. We're just gonna hop over here to my main mix. There we go. Okay, apologies everybody. That is some craziness. Get PureRef open here. Get our moon back. Awesome. Okay, we're back. We'll set our timer is still where it was too. Wow, it's like nothing happened. Okay, we are going to how long have I been drawing for? That's a great question. Let me fix this real quick. It's 0, 28, and 52. Yeah, so I am very new to drawing. I technically have only been drawing for the past 6 months. I did dabble in it when I was a kid and during my history with mechanical engineering. I definitely did do a lot of like technical drawings and stuff like that, so I'm very fond of boxes and things like that, but nothing to the degree that draw boxes. And so it's been a very both humbling and exciting experience because, you know, I'm not good at this, but at the same time, I'm enjoying it so much and I'm learning a lot. How about yourself? You recently said, oh, thank you very much for joining. And yes, thank you very much for saying looking good. DB Animations, you just actually joined right after I blue screened, so we're getting back into it. Really rough, really rough. Especially we had probably our peak stream amount of people, 3 people, and we lost them. So thank you for the people joining in though. Yeah, so we're doing feathers today, and yeah, Rise, how long have you been drawing? Because I see you've done the 250 box. I don't want to. Drawing is a very difficult process, and so I'm very glad that Drawbox is here to literally walk me by hand through the process. I really wonder what caused that blue screen. It was a crazy blue screen too, because first I realized the stream was wrong, so I clicked on OBS. OBS crashed, and then the entire desktop crashed, and it just turned into a gray screen. It was absurd. Anyways, I think this is kind of like just generally the form that I want to stick with. It's going to have to be a bit wider. Right before the stream did crash for about 2.5 months. Wow. And you've already done the 250 box challenge? Dude, you're humbling me, man. Well, man, that's awesome. I don't know what to say. I haven't seen your work, but I would love to. Oh yeah, also, I really encourage, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, because I mainly operate in the Drawbox Discord, but if you guys would be so kind as to just show me your art. I don't know how, we'll figure that out, but I love seeing people's stuff. My great friend Delano, joy my day when I get to see their work, because man, well also they're just goated at drawing. It's almost depressing. But yeah, good stuff. So, yeah, so we want the feather wider. It is a wider profile. 2 months on the 250 box challenge. Bro is you like Goku. Yeah, like, man, 200. I'm pretty sure it took me 2 months just for 250 bucks. Like I'm. Whew. That's amazing. Okay, it looks like we've got everyone back here. Apologies for the blue screen. That's pretty bad. Textures are killer. Oh, don't worry, man. I feel like you got it, and thank you very much. We've worked hard to this point, and we've had some great advice and support from people on the way. Once again, I know I keep saying it. Shout out to Delano for helping me, and many of the people in Drawbox are always so supportive. So back to it over the gushy stuff. Thank you guys once again. So yeah, we want our feathers to have this wider profile. I did pull up Pinterest, but now I'm scared to pull up Pinterest because I feel like it's gonna crash my thing again. But we want it to be pretty wide. In fact, I think the top is a bit more round. Yeah, so these are much rounder. They're arrow shaped almost. Awesome. Gotta get all the viewers I can, right? No. And so yeah, we're gonna try to. Just realize you can't see where I'm drawing. Apologies. This arrowhead kind of shape. There you go. That's much better. I like that much more. And let's see. Being creative is the way. Yeah, drawing is difficult, but the most fun thing in life. Yes. I have a motto: is just make good things. You know, that's probably the thing I say the most. 2 recommendations I have for any creator and just anybody is first, make good things, you know, both in quality and it helps people. We gotta love that, right? Should I do these little lines on it? I feel like that's too much detail and kind of abstraction of the point that we want to make. But also give things time. So that's probably like skill-wise my most important thing I can tell people. Because, and whenever I look in the Drawbox, I think it's I don't know what the name is, Art Frustrations. You are not bad. Us artists definitely suffer from the, what's it called? Imposter syndrome. But yeah, give things time. People really stress themselves out as if they have an art competition the next day. I do the same too. Don't worry. But yeah, we just need to stop pressuring ourselves to be instantly good at things, which is easier said than done. But ever since I've adopted that, and I find myself really freaking out over, man, I'm not good at this. I'm not performing the way I want to. I literally just say, hey, Cav, literally just one more day of time, and see how you're feeling. And usually the feeling subsides. I don't think it's ever gotten worse. And I'm able to tackle it again. So, same thing for like exams. And yeah, this goes beyond art, but there's craziness, there's chaos, but just give it a tiny bit of time. Then again, I'm also the guy who says, give it time, and then I like rush to do a texture and I put too much ink on it, and then I get very sad and burn my house down. Okay, I think we're overdoing it with this feather a bit, but about taking your time, just having fun, heck yeah. Also, I did say this earlier, they do have this bit of this on it. I don't think our fine liner is fine enough, ironically, to do this. I'm not even really totally able to do it with this pen. But yeah, they're not perfectly round. I really like what's going on right here. What is successful about this? We're going to pull out our blue pen to contrast this. It's bad. Thank bejesus. So, we are going to note this area real quick. What do I like going on right here? I like the arrowhead. I'm just going to call it the arrowhead. I kind of like, I like the, right here, you can see it. Probably not in the camera too well. Bring the camera a tiny bit down. I do have small handwriting, I apologize. We like the broken line exterior. I kind of like these interior lines, so not to overdo it, but I think they're cool. We're obviously going to start by drawing the form first, and then caring about this inner detail, which these shadows do technically exist. Also, this thing should be broken up a bit, and with that, it also has some depth, some form to it, so we're going to, expand it a bit, make it a bit thicker. Also, sometimes in these textures, or not these textures, these feathers, I should say, there's little breaks in the form. So we'll make sure to account for that going forward. I am very scared of tackling this texture, I must admit. Maybe a little sprout at the top, I don't know. What is the study of birds? So yeah, right here we have split end. I'll just call it a split end. That's the best thing I could come up with for it. Gonna take a quick water break. I'm getting a bit rough in the voice, talking a bit more than usual today. Awesome stuff. Okay, so I like what's going on right there. Let's apply a larger swatch of it. So now at this point in textures, what I do is I usually just do a box, ironically, of the texture, and then I move to an organic form. Now, honestly, I wouldn't recommend doing this for all of your textures. It has really bulkened up the time it's taken these and my whole process, but it has helped me gain a lot more understanding. So try to achieve a balance in there. Don't be like me. I should say for these streams, I am in no way a professional. I've only been drawing for 6 months and not that consistently. So please explore your own paths, consult people, the professionals, the Dr. Uncomfy in the Discord. So yeah, I think we're going to study this texture right here, this batch of feathers for a little swatch, because it kind of gives us the form as it moves towards us. I usually do this example with an index card because it's a bit more thick, but what we're going to do here is we're going to draw our little makeshift feather on this sticky note. Like this. Very simple. Add that, whatever. So, the feathers will be pointing towards us, right? And this is, we're looking straight at it. We're looking straight at the bird. But as we move away, not only will we see a bit more shadow underneath, and it's a bit hard to see here, But like, yeah, definitely given my light. Yeah, I have an idea. Wait, this is a bit goofy. Where did I put my phone? There it is. There we go. Okay, awesome. Oh no. Was that 4 minutes ago? Oh no. Oh, couldn't see the chat. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're so good right now. So, apologize for the weird lighting for a second. I'm gonna try to force this. I think it needs to be like this, I think. Yeah, okay, cool. You can kind of see the shadow. It's a bad example. But yeah, as the... Maybe like this, yeah. As the leaf moves towards us, we see less of the feather and more of the shadow underneath it. Time for a break. Let's do it, yeah. Some color on these rough cartoons. Awesome, man, I love it. I can't wait to see if you're so okay with it. Post your work in the Discord. I would love to check that out later. But yeah, as you can see, the profile of our feather decreases and the shadow increases manyfold. I'm using my phone right now. Very rickety, but it works. So, without further ado, let's get back into it. Ah, don't be like that. We're practicing, right? So, let us manipulate this form and make some good stuff with it. So, the trickiest part about this, I'm going to do this in pen, is that they overlap. And so you have to be very careful where you draw your lines. Post your morning dump sketch in there every morning and then go in there. Oh, hey, you're posting your work, so you are much better than me, right? Shoutouts to that. So in fact, since we aren't dealing with any, we're just going to do a flat bunch of feathers. So we're going to make them pretty big too. That's a feather. This is going to be a bit time consuming, but I'm okay with that. One, because I want to not draw textures. I'm very scared of this one. But also, establishing a good pattern to use for this will be quite helpful going down the line. Good stuff. Oh, just hit my camera. I apologize. Hope you guys are okay. So I'm gonna do... Oh man, the voice cracks today. I'm gonna say about, looking at this, about right here is where most feathers end, except for these ones. I want to show a bit more of the feather. Practically I want this right here to be the intersection of all feathers. And by intersection, I'll show you in a second what I mean. Basically, this is where they meet together. So in fact, these, I want to join these. Join. So they look like this. Little butt. I almost drew a heart like instinctively right there. Oopsies. Guys, I promise I'm not drawing hearts every day, just... There we go, awesome. So yeah, we want them to touch a bit like that. Also, don't make too pointy. Cool. Looks good to me. So yeah, now... I think right here, let's try this. Should have been more round on the top, but I think we have the general idea of what's going on here. Why did I do it in green? Whoops, well, I guess we're in green now. Dang it. Oh, dang it. Okay, whatever. See, I did the equivalent of drawing on the wrong layer just with the wrong tool, and I can't Control-Z. So really not at all like what happened, but please make me feel like I'm as cool as the digital artists. Awesome stuff. Okay, and we'll just do a bit of this right here just to make it seem like that. So even though these aren't joined together, which is a very important thing that we'll make sure to do going forward, we can't really do that here because they're not already joined, but yeah. Happy mistake. Yep, layers, best life. Man, yeah, for my little game I'm working on, I work with A Sprite for my pixel art. Man, I wish I had layers. Oh wait, I do have tracing paper. Ooh, we need to do the Ultra Kill stream soon. Ooh, we'll talk about that after stream. We'll worry about that then. So, how will these project their shadows onto each other? Where will these shadows be cast? So all of these are technically pointing downwards like these. So it's going to get further and further away. So, as a brief demonstration, if our leaf is kind of doing leaf, man, I keep saying that. If our feather is doing this, right? It's going, woo, it's drooping, very dramatic, right? If we're looking at it straight on, our shadows from it, and we'll kind of do this, are going to get larger and larger. So we'll do like a tiny V here. This is my theory anyways. So to explain, there's basically more room for it to block. It's blocking out more of the light, if that makes sense. So first our shadow's kind of going out a tiny bit, then a bit more, then a bit more, then a lot. So dramaticized. Something like this. Because there's more room under it for the shadow to cover. But my idea is the profile up here is still remaining consistent, so it technically would be blocking the same amount of shadow. Let us do this as an example. We're going to take our feather. We're going to zoom out a tiny bit. And let me go grab my scissors real quick. We're getting a bit artsy today here. Oh, apologize if that was a bit loud. We're getting arts and craftsy today. Man, last time I've done arts and crafts, school has only gotten harder. Why do I need to know what a deterministic finite state automata is? Why can't I just go back to addition tables, please? Okay, so here is our feather. Poorly drawn feather. And it's bending, like we said up there. Wow, I did that a bit too much. Like this, right? And if we look above, and we hold it kind of straight forward to the camera, this is a very poor test in my... We're actually, okay. This light I'm going to make pretty flat with my desk. There we go. So it's almost straight down. I'm going to use my phone camera, my phone light, to kind of simulate... Oh, I can't really do this too easily, can I? Whatever. Yeah, my theory is that when we're practically right above it, see how the texture is larger on the bottom than is the top? That is my theory. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm going to stick with it. Maybe we can consult someone who is much more experienced than I in the Discord, but I feel pretty good about this. So, with that being said, we're going to stick to this idea, where the texture is longer at the bottom, shorter near the top. In fact, it gets so short, right, because not doing anything right there. Looks like a cool sigil, almost. Some kind of like cool thing from video game. Anyways. Let's get back to it. All of this procrastination to avoid doing these textures. So, obviously, I'm going to have an immediate shadow like that, right? And the shadow also down here will, since it's going down a level, based on the same philosophy as this, it's also going to just immediately be a bit thicker. It's blocking out more light. So if we bolster this up a tiny bit. I should have made that pinch a bit more. By pinch, I mean like this. It's going to go. Much thinner. I think that's... So yeah, this was a bit too dramatic. Zoom again. This was pretty good. I like what's happening here. So yeah, very thin. On that end, you can kind of repeat the idea here. We're gonna get really chunky near the bottom. Like that. Cool. Awesome stuff. Okay, so I like the pattern we have. Pulled the scary purple marker just for some kind of analysis of where our forms are intersecting. So, looking at our kind of ratio, our pattern, what's happening here, not only do we have like a 2 to 1 pattern, so like 2, 1, but I'd say this, if we divide our, we're gonna go back up here, if we divide our feather into fourths, poorly, of course, the bottom fourth seems to be where the feather next to it ends, which doesn't make sense because that means this should only be a fourth above it, but instead this is a half above it. So I propose instead it is a half feather's length above the feather. And not only that, this edge should be in the center of it. So it's a half and a half, if that makes sense. This is some crazy terminology we're using right here. But basically to say, if we have a feather, I don't like this song. We're switching playlists. We're gonna do this one, relaxing lo-fi for meditation. See how relaxing this is. Okay. Back to it. So if we're gonna have a feather right here, we're going to go to near the halfway point, tiny bit below it actually. So I'd say right here. And then we're going to cut it in half as well. Guess what we're gonna do? We're going to do another feather. It's kind of right here, I guess. Because if we're gonna, yeah. That's a bit smaller. Oops. It's always like whenever you draw eyes and one is smaller than the other. Anyways. So now, the new one, we're going to go a half length above. So like this. That is our pattern, basically. So, we have 1 unit, 2 units, very poorly done 2 units, another 1 unit, another 1 unit. Yeah, this is kind of cascading. They just get larger, don't they? But yeah, as long as I split it up, it's something like this. This is how I want to do the structure of these feathers. So, cool. We have overcomplicated the structure of a feather. I say we have 4 minutes, 5 minutes left. We're going to warm down, actually, because I think this is some good work today. Not much. That's typically how it goes, but that's okay. And we're just going to mess around. We're going to do a little Frankenbox, I guess. Frankenboxes are just boxes that I like to make little cuts and stuff into. And we'll use, I don't have another piece of paper. That's mostly empty. Wow. We're gonna make up for our terrible box earlier. That's what this is, some box redemption. Being said, straw box. Oh god! Oh no! No! Oh, I dropped my fine liner on the ground. I have a carpet. Please don't be. Okay, we look good. Okay, it's a marker. It'll survive. I'm such a destructive person. I don't know why. I just want to make stuff, man. Awesome stuff so far. Woo. I just the fate of pins and my destructive characteristics. I'm fated to lose here now. I don't know how this is related. I make videos with my friends. That's why this may seem like a brand new channel, but I've been making YouTube videos and editing and stuff like that for a while now. And I used to make videos with my friends on GTA. And despite my stream, I'm a very loud person. I'm a very, very loud, and I cuss a lot. I do have to turn that off for the stream, because to my heart, I'm a calmer, much kinder person. But in these videos, I'm yelling, and I get kicked out of my apartment in GTA 8 times in a row, and I just start yelling, "I live here! I live here!" I don't know how that reminded me of that. So tangentially connected, but yeah. And this guy's face. Oh wow, tuna isn't working. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try turning tuna on. Do I even? No, I'm not gonna risk breaking my stream. Slouchy Bear, Heston Mims, Emuno. The song. This guy is just like a very beautiful picture of this man staring at the camera, but it jump scared me. Geez. Random dude with a very, I hate using the word, but seductive, seductive stare. Please stop staring at me, sir. I'm gonna minimize this tab if you keep this up. Please. Okay, you're going away. No more. Back to it. Oh yeah, guys, when you're finished, please feel free to @me. I have 2 accounts. One is my personal, whatever, it's Cypher, right? So feel free to @me. I think it's Siffy, with the work that you do in Discord. Let me restart Discord right now. With the work you've done so far, I'll make sure to check it out. Give it a little thumbs up. I love emojis. I love reacting with things. But yeah. And whatever, if you think it belongs in, whatever it's called, that went poorly, that's fine. I'll still check it out, though. So please @me. I love seeing that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put a giant hole in this box, and then we're gonna call it a night. Over here. I feel pretty good about that. Actually, it feels a bit too far. We're ghosting again. I've decided it's a pretty poor idea to stop normalizing ghosting for these. Just probably shouldn't ghost as many times. Become obsessive over it. There we are. Okay. Also, guys, I will always post in that point poorly, because why not? True. Commandeer. Kick Uncomfy out. Make that your channel. Hold a riot in there. Make him give free pins to all. Just kidding, no. Don't make him do that. He's awesome. Also, I will not be I don't want to spam if I want to critique. True. That is a very true thing. That's a good way of putting it. Oh, where was I? I will not be posting in the streaming section because I don't want to spam in there. Everyone should get, their turn to post in there. So I will post every week, but if you guys want and you feel so inclined, please I hate begging for it, but just a little subscribe here and there. You don't even have to like the videos. Just subscribing gives you the notification, and it is proven whenever you bet $500 on finishing Drawbox, yet you have someone to remind you every day to draw, you won't lose $500. So yeah, completely at your leisure. It's a quick button right underneath the screen. All up to you guys, but it does help me out so more people can get addicted to drawing like I am. Kind of sounds bad when you put it like that. But yeah. And then toss a like if you want. I don't really care about likes that much. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, it's my goal. I don't really want a lot of viewers. I joke that if I have more than probably 20 viewers, I'll burn the stream down. I'm not too fond of having a lot of people watching the stream. But the main core tenet of this channel is to help people get into art. I think it's a very healthy, a very awesome thing that's personally changed my life for the small time that I've been doing it. So I really want to help people get to where, not where I am, but, you know, find the stuff that I love in art. So now that we have this, we're going to put a big old hole in this. We're going to section this up a bit. Let's make it a square, so we'll confine it by... We'll do this and then make it a square. Let's see. Awesome stuff. Yeah, it makes me happy. This is kind of like a pseudo construction. I haven't taken the videos that go more into construction, so I couldn't tell you anything, but this is how I would construct something if I was just doing it off the top of my head. Invented my own style. Constructions are so cool. Uh-oh. I've already messed it up, though. Maybe? I'm not sure. We'll see. So now we're going to do our ellipse here. Wow. It's almost like I never warmed up ellipses today. Jeez. Yes, so now that we're at the end of the stream, I kind of messed up this box. Whatever. This could be like a scratch paper for the future. We can talk about screen... Man, I wish I... Okay, I don't wish I had a face cam because I'm not totally cool with putting my face out there yet. But, yeah, so here's how we're going to do it, right? In fact, we'll just do it on here. Why not? So, yep. Stream schedule. I'm just... Stream schedule, right? We go Monday through... typically Saturday. Cool. 8 p.m. CST. 0800, I guess, yeah. CST. Oh, wait, no, it's not 0800. Wait, shoot. I did that wrong. Whatever, okay, we'll just say 8 p.m. That's not how that works. Yeah, CST. And... yeah, I mean, that's kind of all there is to it. You know, consistency is key for this stuff. School is weird for me. And all that kind of stuff. I will announce if I'm delaying a stream or anything, or, you know, I'll kindly do a weekly schedule. So just make sure to tune in at the end of every stream. We'll talk about it. Next Saturday, so January 27th through the 28th, I believe, it will be spotty. Those 2 days, I am in a 24-hour CST life. Let's go. I am in a 24-hour competition, so I will not be able to stream for one of those days, unless I do it really early in the morning, which I don't. So either what we're going to do, if you consider this bar a week, right? We have these 2 weeks. We have that Saturday and then that Sunday. If I don't stream on those 2 days, I'll be streaming every other day of those 2 weeks. We'll see, you know, because I'm a sleepaholic, man. I need at least 7 hours. Isn't crazy, but you know. So yeah, I'll keep you updated then. But make sure to tune in every day, 8 p.m. CST for some awesome drawing. We usually do draw box homework. What I want to do in the next coming weeks is I love a game called Ultrakill, and the models from Ultrakill are very polygonal. So it'd be fun to kind of do a study, kind of like this, of V1 from Ultrakill, or just any of the stuff like that. 78 hours, we zombies for sure, yeah. Exactly, that's a good way of putting it. So, with that being said, very glad to see some Dropbox people in here today. Guys, that does really make me happy. And the fact that all of you are so interactive and awesome, that really makes me happy. So, with that being said, thank you very much for joining me today. We will be here tomorrow. Actually, yeah, let me pull up my calendar. So, you can bet that I'll be streaming from the 21st to the 26th at 7 or 8, yeah. Wait. Yeah, 8 p.m. CST for those days. Yes, awesome. Okay, so thank you so much. Remember to drop your stuff in the Drawbox Discord and at me. It is at... Let me make sure I'm doing my at right. I just can't leave, guys. I'm sorry. Streamer mode. I can't even see my own at. At CIPPHY. At Sippy. Siffy. People call me Sippy Cup sometimes. Call me Cav. Whatever you want. I don't care. drop that in the Discord. Let me see your art. I would love to see it. I'm not going to give a critique. But yeah, so let's do it, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye.